Is it honeypot or a hotspot? I guess honeypot is a location, a popular place that attracts both tourists and photographers due to its natural beauty. A hotspot, I guess, is the ideal place to stand to capture said view. These hotspots are often signposted as such in big cities. Stand here and capture the view at the peak spot, because apparently this is where it looks best from. Whatever, whichever. I try to avoid both, either, and you should too. Hello everyone, my name is Craig Roberts and I hopefully try to give you advice that everyone else doesn't, or at least makes you think outside the box a bit more, which gets me nowhere usually, but it's what I do. Now, these honeypot locations, they are good in theory, scenic places that in a way are shortcuts to a good photograph. They are popular for a reason, and everybody goes there to see and capture the view. Everyone wants to go and experience this place, the beauty, the spectacle, and no doubt capture it with their cameras. You know them, the kind of place that coach parties tend to flock to. That, of course, does mean everyone basically takes the same photo there, not always a good one. I guess you have to decide if this is your approach to photography, if this is for you or not. Is that all you want to shoot? For me, it used to be, in a way, as that was my job. Shooting for magazines and calendars, they wanted those shots, those views. Those results sold their magazines. However, I found it a bit dull and tedious after a while shooting all those all the time. So I'm suggesting now you avoid them too. Firstly, because you aren't likely to get an original capture there. Every version has no doubt already been done, and therefore you're just competing with the best version you may have seen before online. The perfect view in perfect conditions has been done. Will you be lucky enough to even match that on your visit? Therefore, you're under pressure from the start. If I went there, I too would want to return with the best version ever. Otherwise, I'd feel like it was a fail. Now, locations such as these are often also referred to as a photographer's playground. Have you heard that term too? This may include a wider area of the location and basically means apparently there are limitless amazing photos to be captured there. Us photographers can have a field day there, but what if you don't? What if you go to that location and don't find any shots? What a failure you will be. It's a photographer's paradise and you found nothing. What's your problem? You call yourself a real photographer? So again, here the pressure is on you. You feel like you have to get the shot. You should be getting a great image, but why put yourself under that pressure? If a place gets described as such, I usually imagine it as being a bit boring and ignore it. Yes, there may be a nice view, but probably all a bit too predictable. Someone may be declaring this as a playground for photographers or whatever, whereas it may not, in fact, be that way for me. And anyway, in my photography, I don't want to be given things on a plate. I don't want views given to me so easily. I might capture a nice photo there, a classic view, but I'll soon get bored doing that over and over again. If I just spend all my time doing that, I would quickly get bored and just take up golf or something instead. Or start a YouTube channel instead of shooting for magazines. The thing I like most about photography then is that it takes me places that I may not visit otherwise. If I was just travelling, if I was just a tourist, I may visit those honeypot locations and tick them off one by one from my bucket list. But my photography takes me further than that. In my quest to find photos, I venture to other places. For my landscapes, I often describe these as places only dog walkers go. Out early in the morning, the places I go to shoot, I often find the only other people around are dog walkers. I never see other photographers around there, as I presume they're all visiting those popular honeypot locations. and no doubt all failing to get a great original shot, as it's not really that easy and the pressure is on to do that. Otherwise they are a failure, and therefore they just end up getting disheartened and eventually giving up photography and taking up golf instead. Photography gets me up and out then. I get up at silly hours of the morning just to go out and make some pictures. Getting up early clears my head, helps dull any negative thoughts buzzing around my head, and photography, the thing that got me out here in nature, is the antidote in a way. A few pictures in the bag, 3 is fine, and I'm good to start the day. I also love that photography has made me look at towns and cities in a new way too. I love exploring urban environments. I love spotting views that many others miss. My visits are therefore centered around getting pictures. I can't imagine visiting for any other reason. Photography makes me enjoy any location therefore. It simply doesn't have to be a honeypot location or a popular big city. Everywhere is photogenic. Everywhere is a photographer's playground or paradise if you want it to be. It just depends on what type of pictures you want to capture. These lesser places tend to apply less pressure on you therefore. You've got no examples for reference here, no preconceived ideas then. Apparently there are no pictures to be had here at all, so relax, just shoot what you see. Capture anything that catches your eye. Make the most of any unexpected view that no doubt this location does offer. Therefore, if you return home even with just 3 results, again, you're a winner. But if you do find yourself at a honeypot location, if you do arrive and find 5 other photographers already there setting up their shots, walk away. Be assured that they are no doubt just getting the same view everyone else has from the same spot and not really putting their own stamp on the place. Whereas you can. If this place really is that beautiful, really is that special, surely it must offer more than just one main view. Is there really any point capturing that overdone, unoriginal version? Instead, you have the opportunity to find the other views, a different version of the main one, your version, an original one. Instead, go for a walk, go explore where that track might take you, or that side street in the city. The subject will come into view again somewhere else, and I bet it looks just as stunning if it's as good as it's made out to be. This view is more likely to be original, simply as no one else has bothered to look elsewhere, as the popular one is given to them on a plate. They don't have to think too hard to capture it from there, but there's little room to be original from that one spot. The ground in front of them is so full of tripod holes, how can it? My photography takes me places then, but my photography also takes me away from the honeypot locations. I have a camera and I can photograph whatever I want. I want my photography to have more meaning though, to be more challenging than just shooting whatever everyone else does. Like I said at the beginning, that doesn't necessarily get me anywhere, but it does fulfill my own needs and wants. How about you? I'll see you next time.